On this video, we will talk about international trade and how it is used around the world. For starters, we need to understand GDP, GMP, unemployment, and inflation. First, GDP or Gross Domestic Product is the money that is spent divided in domestic consumers, investment, net export, and government expenses. Domestic consumer is basically the money we spend for a living, which is simply what is bought normally on every day. Investment is money we use to buy a part of a company so that later we get an extra income from them as part of them. Now, net export can be divided in these two. There's exports, which is us selling to other countries, and imports, which are products we buy from other countries. The government expenses is the money they use to keep society going on and progress. GMP is basically GDP plus any income earned from overseas investment, subtracting any income that is earned from domestic business to foreign residents. Inflation is the rise of prices that's supposed to help community progress, but this might sometimes lead to a downfall in sellings, which leads to a crisis, and it's not a really good idea to have that. Okay. Unemployment is simply when people stop having jobs to work on, and this can affect community on how much we're spending due to the lack of jobs, and we have less products, and we do not keep having a better way of living, so let's stop it. Now, let's talk about something called Social Progress Index, which does not just measure the money we are spending, but also the education level of society, the society situation right now, and life comfort, which is a much better way of seeing how people are doing with their lives. The main differences between these indicators is that GDP only measures the money that is being spent in the country, but this doesn't tell you on what is being spent, like a prison or rebuilding something that a natural disaster might have destroyed. While the Social Progress Index measures the quality of life that residents have. Now, this is a better way to use because it takes on how society is really going through, and it might help knowing how people are living their lives today a day. Now, there's two ways of trade. First, protectionism, which means to protect local businesses from foreign competition, and then there's free trade, which allows us to make business worldwide and have products from everywhere. Now, in my opinion, free trade is the best way to go because it gives us communication with other countries, cultural diversity, and good products that are way better sometimes than what we produce and might come from all over the planet, and this helps community. Now, we will talk about World Bank and IMF. These two corporations were built so they will give aid to countries that are in the need of help with their economic system so that they can progress and not fall in a crisis that could affect the world business and affect community in our own countries. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.